Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. God, it feels good to say that again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the second scene for Alex Winter. As you remember in the last scene, Alex has just gotten back to his old business, changed his clothes. He's been to 7-Eleven, picked up a cell phone, and has grabbed a tablet. And on this tablet of paper is a listing of phone numbers. And he looks. Picks up the burner phone that he found, and he dials the number for Tom Dooley. This kind of looks at John Smith. Part 1 begin. And he will let the phone ring until Tom Dooley answers.
As Tom is...
It is a number that Tom does not recognize, by the way.
As Tom looks at the unfamiliar phone number, he initiates his mind shields to give some added protection, as one never knows who may be trying to gain access to his thoughts or that which he holds dear. Do you want me to actually roll for it, or what?
Now go for it, I don't care.
As in, yes, roll for it, or no roll for it?
No need to roll for it.
Okay, so Tom sets up his mind shield, and he says in a slightly more crisp voice, and there's a more, I guess, an undertone of grief and resolution mixed with a certain amount of turmoil. Yes, good evening. Who may I ask is calling?
Good evening, Mr. Dooley. Your presence is requested back at the shop. Wynter has come. And he will hang up. The voice is very familiar. A voice he hasn't heard for a little while.
Tom takes a deep breath and, half smiling, half almost as if he thinks someone is playing a joke on him, his hand clenches around the phone and he puts it down and he drives very cautiously to Alex Winterborn's store. It is the store, right? Not
Yep.
the... Okay. He drives to his former residence that he was allowed to occupy by the grace of his mentor. And as he parks and gets out, the usual soft, smiling blue eyes of Tom is vehemently replaced by ice. It seems to be replaced by ice. And although there is still definitely some warmth, as a very small, almost happiness is trying to come out, but he seems to have undergone a great many things over the past few weeks. So not really knowing what to expect, he enters almost like an animal waiting for a trap to spring.
Alex is sitting in the living room of the area, drinking on a glass of milk. Mr. Dooley, how are you doing?
As well as can be expected. As well as can be expected, and he actually calls you by the title of Master Winterborn. Sorry, I had to get over the stutter.
Okay.
You should know that our mutual friend is dead.
This is my home.
I know. I'm telling you that my grandfather, who put us in contact, is dead. I just came back a few days ago from his funeral.
I do wish you the best, and understand. Do apologize. Do apologize about my absence. I have been dragged away on very important business, world changing. I'm back.
Isn't it always with mages? Isn't it always world changing? I trust you are well, and your sister as well.
My sister is missing. She has not come back yet.
Missing? I was not told of this.
Unfortunately, no one was able to be given information. The one time I tried to send information, it was interrupted.
We must find your sister then. She's family and she must be found.
So, in my absence, what's been going on?
Out of character, due to circumstances of my not really knowing certain things that have been going on behind the scenes, how would you like me to answer in character?
Whatever your character is willing to tell me, your character can tell me.
Okay, well, I don't want to give you any inaccuracy is all I mean.
That's fine. Your character knows what your character knows.
Okay. I have been prepping myself. Forgive me, I had been prepping myself because I was not sure if you would come back. I have been prepping myself for taking up the mantle of the Master of the Verbena Chantry, as you had asked me to do. I have yet to meet with the Guardian, or Guardians, of the Chantry. I have yet to meet with the werewolves that have stood vigil over our home since our collective absence. I come home to find that our number is greatly reduced, as with the exception of your return, it is only myself and Connor O'Hare upon my return to this city. With no word of a goodbye, it would seem, from some of them. I was working together with John recently. We had worked together on a very mysterious case involving what I can only describe as a time divergence. John might be able to explain that a bit better than I when he arrives.
Well, he's here. He's just in the bathroom right now.
If you listen, you can hear like John Smith like rattling bottles and like chanting things and putting up like numerous time bubbles, spears, and shields.
It's one hell of a crap.
I forgot to mention the most fun part we had. John and several of our magical compatriots and myself were brought into an art collection.
Yeah.
Was the most strangest occasion I have been in yet. And he shows you some photos on his phone, and he especially points out the image of a picture after they got out. Like there's a cluster of men all together in a thing that he couldn't quite decipher at the time. Out of character, you can get a better description from the scene itself, but he shows you. I suppose at some point, as well as these other mysteries, we should determine what the fate of our chantry is to be. Now that you're here.
Oh no. The werewolves can have it. I don't need it anymore. If you wish anything to stay there, that's fine. All my property and things that are there will be gone in the morning.
I'm a bit shocked.
With the pregnant silence, you can hear the sound of shattered glass, mirror, crystal. It's hard to tell. And John Smith walking out with what almost looks like a dead raccoon on his head.
Hey, it's Daniel Boone.
Mr.
What's up,
Smith?
John?
John Smith walks over to Alexander Winterbourne and just sort of hovers over his chair. Doesn't say anything. His pupils, two different sizes.
So what you do, John?
I held up what I had before I gave you truth.
Very true. Very good. No,
But yeah, he
do it.
just looks at you with that blank expression again.
The old Urbana Chantry. The werewolves can have it. They can deal with that problem and that issue. And that degradation of power that's going to happen because I'm not funneling any of my energy into that node anymore.
Well, forgive me if I do not necessarily share that sentiment.
Excuse me?
You'll forgive me if I don't necessarily share that sentiment.
You're more than welcome to stay there if you want. I'm not stopping you. As I've always told you, you have free will to do what you choose. But you have to live by your choices.
You gave me a task before things went to crap. And
Yes.
and
I told you to watch out over the place. And you have done that. Now, with the infestation of werewolves, as well as other things that I've heard of,
Who are you? You are not the Alex Winterbourne I know.
no, I'm not. I'm the Alex that has 1,000 years because of the decision that someone in this area makes. I am the one that has been fighting for the safety and sanity and the wellness and sanctity of every supernatural creature on this planet, both physically, magically, as well as metaphysically. I have been fighting a tiring battle, and I lost. And I spent every bit of energy I had left in my system to come back and stop it, and I missed.
Tom just looks at you very, very levelly. Says nothing.
Tom, what I need now is a bit of normality, a bit of peace. and a chance to fix the future, to make sure it doesn't happen. Parts of it I can't change anymore because they've already happened. Other parts, I will make damn sure they don't happen.
What do you mean by that?
There are several individuals that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that they don't do certain things. There are other things that have already happened because I missed my mark, and I can't change anymore. One of those things being the werewolves having the old Verbena chantry. They have it. They have a totem on there. There's nothing I can do to change that.
I don't see the need to.
You see no need to have a magical place that was owned by the mages being taken over and become a religious zealot.
Was it not your intention when you gave them a place to live for us to work
Yes, a
together
place.
in some
Yes.
form of harmony?
It was not my intentions to have them steal my node, my home, away from me,
They
which
haven't
is what they have done.
kept us out. They're not keeping us out. I still
No, because that node needs mages, and that node has a totem on it.
That node is no longer a node. You realize because of what they have done, if you try to get any quintessence from that node, they have all right to kill you.
that is not the way things are. I have made
They're
arrangements.
sabotage. You've
Excuse
made
me?
arrangements. You've made arrangements with them.
Yes. To formally take the mantle of master and to reacquaint myself with the guardian spirit there, so that as per your will, we might live in harmony.
Harmony is different from losing my home.
Your home is not lost.
My home is lost.
No, it's not.
My home is no longer my home. My home is their home. My home is now their cairn. My node, my portal to the past, is now their property, their religious site of worship and whatever they do.
They're not keeping us from living there and working there.
Because
They are
it
keeping
benefits them.
They are keeping us from the power which is supposed to belong to me and mine. They have put a cap on the node known as a totem.
When you left, after I got the call about my grandfather, the mages of the chantry scattered to the four winds, leaving the werewolves the only form of defense for there. The truth is, we owe them a debt. Facing them with hostile intent and anger is no way to thank them for their protections, as they were the only ones left.
And how I am thanking them is giving it to them. If you wish to live there, I'm not stopping you. I'm not.
I bend my knee for no one. And John Smith loads one of the flares into his gun.
Relax, John.
I follow your lead.
I may have become a mage of war, but I am still a man of peace. As I
Like you're
said,
going to claim a new node?
yes, we will make a new home.
One without Earth creatures telling us what is right?
One where we can do what we need to do to survive the upcoming war.
Our way.
Our way.
You see enemies where there are none.
You see allies where there are none.
I see dead people standing in front of me. I watched each and every single fucking person I love and care for die. Some of them multiple times, Tom, like yourself, when an undead necromantic leech somebody be its bitch servant. I killed you 4 times. 4 times. And each and every fucking time I did it, I apologized.
I have not died yet.
Time magic. You know it's real. Why do you... Do you need to put your fingers through the holes in his palms?
This is my
Is it
reality.
really like that?
And you, this is the reality in which we live, here in the now. When we go through time, we shift realities. I have not died yet.
You're denying a messenger.
Tom,
And you compare him to
I love you.
and you compare him to the Christian God? What the... And Tom just looks at John with such confusion that, you know,
I am not a celestial chorister who has gone insane.
No, you're not. But you came back. And you have information. And the things you have matter. And anyone who thinks there's something that should be scattered away like 4 winds is foolish.
Why did
Tom?
you leave after I left to bury my grandfather? You could have stayed, John.
I could not have stayed when my avatar and the avatar storm pulled me into the future.
I am not talking to you, Master Winterborn. I'm talking to John. He could have stayed. Ace could have stayed to balance things out. Instead, they left.
You could have messaged any of them. You could have called any of them. You had time.
Did you forget?
You could have emailed them. You could have given them phone calls, text messages, telegraph. You could have sent them mail.
Before Master Winterborn
I didn't
left.
see one flare come out of that place.
I didn't
Did
see...
you contact anyone?
Did you?
Answer the question.
No.
You judge me. Did you contact anyone?
Did you? I sure as hell didn't get any message from Vancouver.
I never got a message about werewolves banging in the place saying they're gonna cap it.
Excuse me?
Nobody told me about that shit.
I think you're making a judgment call before you have a chance to speak to anyone. It seems
You're the one saying you're taking on mantles. You're the one saying that you are the leader. That
by the
people will follow
request
you.
of Master Winterborn, he is here.
I request Tom, John, stop now.
John takes 3 steps back.
John, sit down.
You do not want, and I'm just a second. This is solely in character emotion coming out. Okay, like it's
Yes.
just.
Yes. This is completely in character emotions. This is nothing to do with out of character stuff.
Yeah,
It's all good.
and so I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this scene, this is completely in character stuff. None of this is out of character.
Yeah. So Tom looks at the pair of the most important men in his life, save for his grandfather, whom he had to bury, who is the only true friend he's ever had as far as his family's concerned. Master Winterborn left after I went home to bury my grandfather. I'm sorry. I had to grieve, and I had to go into the mouth of the lion's den. You have no idea what pain is, John.
Oh my god. How old are you? 3 decades? 2 decades? I have lost so many people. I have seen so many dreams fall upon people. I have seen the sword fall on innocent people's heads so many times. I have witnessed people burn alive for things that don't exist. From lies from children that are as innocent as the newborn son. And you are going to tell me, because you had one family member in your life die in front of you, not even by your own hands.
No.
I don't know pain. You, sir.
No.
Really brilliant. You really don't
family
know what you're talking about. Congratulations.
Torture me. The man I buried was the only salvation, the only scrap of love that I have ever known outside
Do you think
of
I have
this
a
city.
single family member that could live as long as I could? Do
John?
you honestly believe that? Do you think I haven't lost loved ones? You think I haven't lost wives? You think I haven't lost children that I called my own, that were my own flesh and blood? You can't possibly be knocking on this door.
A combination of ice and lightning flash in Tom's otherwise warm blue eyes.
Tom, John, stop now.
Alex, come on.
You and I
just told you this. I just told you this.
John, stop. Tom, I feel bad that you have lost the only person that you felt in your family that ever gave a rat's ass about you. You have a new family. I told you that a long time ago. I have had to place my own hands around the throat of a woman that I could consider my one true love and kill her simply because she wouldn't stop screaming when we were trying to hide. I have watched my own flesh and blood children burn to a dirt because we just happened to be in the wrong park at the wrong time.
Tell me something. Which one of you has been the victim, or the attempted victim, I should say, of a sacrifice?
Yep.
Yo, Verbena, this is every day when you're a child.
I was
And
around for the Inquisition.
wrapped
I'm a mage. What do you think
into
happened?
a living tree. My family tried to crush me in a living tree because all I was good for to them was fertilizer.
I was drowned. I was burned. I was electrified, which was very hard back then, let me tell you.
John, hold on a second. Now, I do apologize for your loss, Tom. We've all suffered, and you are currently in your state of mourning. I do apologize for the crass, tactless, and rude things coming out of our mouths. Your pain is your pain, and you do not know our pain. We do not know the level of your pain, and so like that. And once again, John, please apologize as well.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Oh, that
I
sounds
will
so
not.
sincere. That sounds so sincere, John.
How many thousands of years have you been?
Stop.
You call me family, and my word means nothing to you. Think about that.
When it sounds like that, I have my doubts.
Tom, do you not remember the lessons I've taught you?
Lessons?
You are only as good as your word.
Lessons. Lessons. Most of my lessons came from a combination of the elder in the Viking village, John Smith, and he just counts off fingers of people. I loved you. I was willing to throw my life into the unknown for you, and you left me in a portal for the equivalent of 6 months.
How
And
long have
you
you been, John?
got
How
stronger.
long have you been gone, Alex?
A
Tell
thousand
him how long
years.
you have been gone.
1,000 years I have been gone, and I have come back for one reason. One. And that is to make sure that this reality does not become the reality that I was sucked into.
Against your will?
Against not only my will, but the will of my own avatar.
Let me share something with you then. You say you are still a man of peace. You say you want this, and you say you want that. But all I'm sensing from all three of us, including myself, is malice and pain.
Oh, I've always been that. I've never hidden that.
You know how John hides that? He drinks. You know how I hide it? I drink. But I can no longer hide it.
Excuse me for having faith.
Who's the chorister now?
Having faith in someone and something is a beautiful, wonderful thing.
Do not
However, if the person
mock
themselves can't have faith
the
in themselves,
Old Father.
I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what you're thinking. All I know is that he came back. He's got stuff we need so that we don't die horrible deaths. And that's good enough for me.
I want to make sure that I don't have to kill any and everyone that I cared about. Mac, Daniel, Jade, Jericho, Azazel,
I wouldn't
any
worry
of
too
them.
much about Azazel.
We'll talk about that later.
And Jade
He was
still
still considered.
has
I
a
still
very
consider him my
close
son.
friend of hers. So that hasn't changed.
Tom
Okay.
will raise a hand and take a deep breath. I am going to roll a meditation. Just for dramatic flair, can I roll in at a willpower and meditation roll?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Sorry, I just have to find it again. 2 for meditation.
Oh, and please be reminded that I am not on staff anymore, so, well, people are asking me.
Yeah, I was never part of staff either for Living World of Darkness.
Um, I'm sorry, guys. I know it's on here. I'm just trying to find it. Oh,
Meditation?
it's 5. I've got 2 in meditation and 5 in willpower.
Looks like 2 successes.
Yeah, I think so, depending on what the diff was. But
Standard difficulty is 6.
well, Tom just takes 2 very deep breaths. Opens his eyes and he seems to have entered a somewhat zen-ish state, for lack of a better term. It is apparent that we are all suffering from one form or another. If we are truly friends and family, we should acknowledge this, apologize, and as he says this, Tom gives a very polite, if small, bow to the elder mages. And try
As I said before.
and try
I do apologize.
and try and
Go ahead.
at this another morning, perhaps, where we can speak from a place of equilibrium, because there is none now.
As I said before, I do apologize for my anger. But, and I do apologize about your loss. However, we have all suffered. I take sympathy in your loss and realize that my pain and your pain are 2 completely different things. You can never feel mine unless you experience it. I could never feel yours unless I experience it. I have felt a different pain.
Aye.
Let us part then this night on good terms. Know that even if betwixt the three of us, the path of the verbena and the cult of ecstasy may or may not take a different route, my love for you two has not diminished.
Have a good night, Tom.
You as well. And Tom will again bow to his friend, and for the moment it seems former mentors, or I should say friends and former mentors, at least for the moment, and Tom will also bow to John Smith. May the gods defend you both. And Tom rolls out, enters his van, and drives
John
back.
is gonna look over at Alex and say, "Hey, you want to go to my place? It's not half collapsed."
Building's fine. It's just all the shit on the roof that I gotta fix. The benches and crap. But I
And,
actually need to get to it.
All right then.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we can call this scene to an end. It's been a pleasure and enjoy. All the anger and all the rage and arguments and stuff like that were in character and in character only.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Peace and chicken grease, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.